Hello everyone and welcome back to Life of Ryan. So in today's video we're going to go through my very special journey. In fact, it felt like a once in a lifetime journey back to France because I don't know how to say this without coming across as a bit pompous, which I am certainly not. I hope not, at least. But I actually managed to book myself a business class return ticket from Paris to Singapore to Phuket and back to Singapore, back to Paris. So it's a return ticket. Singapore was just a layover, and we're going to get into how much the ticket was at the end of this video. But it's cheaper. It was cheap for what it is, but it's still a lot of money. And I apologise if I kind of ramble and make mistakes when I'm speaking. This is the same day that I have arrived, and I want to put this video out as soon as possible, and it's already almost 9 PM, so I'm going to try and get through this video without messing the whole thing up and falling asleep, okay? Anyway, let's just get right into it. I want to explain a few things before we start the video. So I will tell you about all the prices, give you a complete price breakdown of the travel costs at the end of the video, and I'll tell you if I feel like is business class worth it, essentially. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen at the beginning of the video, okay? So we're going to start off in Thailand, and then I'm going to get the flight, obviously, to Singapore. But I've only got a 50-minute layover in Singapore, which is a far cry from when I went out there with a 17-hour layover. And it kind of went wrong because my first plane was late, and you'll see what happens, you know. And show you some beautiful sights. Honestly, I hope you'll be able to appreciate how beautiful the sights were, because this time I managed to get a bloody window seat, so I'm very happy about that. Fool me once. Okay, after the flight, the first flight, then I obviously get a second flight, because that's quite logical. That's what happens after a layover, is it not? So then I'll give you a little voiceover telling you what I think in the moment, you know, business class and all that fancy stuff. And also I'm going to stay in a hotel in the video in Paris overnight, because there was no trains at late at night when I landed. Okay, well that's it. Enjoy this video a little bit, and I'll see you at the end of the video, and we'll talk a little bit more, blah blah blah, all that. Love you, bye bye. Enjoy. made it to Singapore airport once again. This time I've only got a 50-minute layover as opposed to the 17 or so hour layover last time, and the plane landed late, so instead of a 50-minute layover I've got a 25-minute layover from when my next plane departs. So I'm hoping the gate isn't closed yet. I've got about 15 minutes left to the scheduled departure time. I've been running through terminal, whatever terminal this is. I'm headed to another terminal to hopefully catch my flight. We'll see how this plays out. If I catch my flight or if I miss it, we'll find out in 15 minutes. Voiceover time, and here I am drinking a Singapore Sling, the signature cocktail of Singapore. And my oh my, it had a kick to it. Don't even know what type of alcohol it is, but another signature of Singapore Airlines at least is the chicken satay. Very nice. The sauce is a kind of nutty sauce, but anyway, let's look at the compartments of this business class seat. Very nice compartments, many compartments and buttons to adjust the seat, and also lights for reading various posh magazines. So anyway, next up on the menu is some food, and you can see I'm very excited to get this grub down me. They offered me another Singapore Sling. I said no, I need to cut down. So here's the starter, and I thought it was potatoes, but it wasn't. It was scallops. And I wasn't expecting it when it went into my mouth, but nonetheless it was quite delicious, so I had it and enjoyed it. Next up on the menu though, something very special, is the beef steak with sweet potato mash. I don't know what it is, but at least I had a nice view. I really do like that view. That doesn't get old. I like the food as well. It's delicious. Okay, still airplane food, but yeah, it's definitely better than economy class food. So here's the bed. I wanted to get some shut-eye after all that grub, and it folds down into a nice bed type layout, and the leg room's pretty good. You've got a nice little hole there to squeeze your feet into. There I am, lovely legs. Let's get some shut-eye in the morning. I did get a fair few hours of shut-eye actually. I probably got at least 5 hours of sleep, maybe even 6 or 7 on this 14-hour flight, and there I am waking up. Look at me, look at the state of me. Crikey Ryan, you need a haircut. What's that? Lobster. I treat myself to lobster, and that's overrated to be honest. But as I finished my lobster, we arrived, and there's Paris, and you can see in the distance the Eiffel Tower. More beautiful in real, you know, with my own eyes than on the camera, obviously, because it is nighttime as well. It's stunning. It is stunning. And I finally arrived at the hotel in Paris because I had to stop over for an evening. Because there were no more trains when I arrived at 10 PM of a night time. There I am. Look, good acting, Ryan. Give that man an Oscar, eh? Who set the camera up then, Ryan, if you're arriving in the room for the first time? Good morning, everyone. It's the morning after the night before. We arrived in Paris last night and had a nice little kip here at this hotel just outside the airport. A little 3-star hotel, nothing too special, but I do like the style of it, and I did manage to get very comfortable night's sleep, so that's good. Now I've got to catch a train back to Laval, get picked up and finally get home. Train is in less than an hour, so I need to make it snappy because I still got to check out and walk to the train station, which is about 10 minutes away. Special shout out to a couple here in this hotel who recognised me at breakfast, and they came up to me and said that they watched the videos. So whoever you are, thank you so much for coming up to me. It made my morning. It's really nice to meet viewers in the flesh. Sorry I didn't catch your name, but yeah, it's very nice to meet you. Now I'm gonna go and get this train and get home. Let's go. So I managed to make it to the train in time, and a big old train, you know what a train looks like, but you don't know what fog looks like in France, and it was very foggy. And so now you know what fog looks like in France. But eventually the fog cleared, and I managed to make my way home with the sun shining down on me. Happy days. There you have it. That was the travel adventure that happened today. Well, since yesterday technically, because it takes so long to get from one part of the world to the other. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed business class very much, and being able to actually sleep on the plane and lay down flat is a game changer for me. Give you a little price breakdown, okay? So the business class ticket was around return trip. Bearing in mind the first going there was a big layover in Singapore, 17 hours, and that was brutal. Which also explains the price of the ticket, because Singapore's actually further, and then you've got to go back up to Thailand. So total travel time is like atrocious, but it's a business class ticket, isn't it? So the price was €1,650 for the return ticket, but also factor in other travel costs, because I want to give you the price door to door, what it cost me. So that's the business class ticket. Which you'll never get that price again, by the way, because they've gone up. It's like double or triple now, and you know, 1,650 was already a pretty penny for me. I hesitated to click that buy button, but I'm glad I did. I managed to book it months in advance. I booked it last year. That's why I got a cheap price. So that's that. But also the hotel in Paris that you saw, that was €115, which brings the total to 1,765 euros. A couple of taxis from the airport in Thailand to accommodation in Thailand. That was about €30 there and back, or €40 even. So that's 1,805. Let's just call it 1,810 with tips. Is that it? No, train tickets here in France as well. So going to Paris and then on the way back, coming back from Paris, the train tickets were about €130 for both. So the total is 1,940 euros. So less than £2,000 door to door. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, I think. For a once in a lifetime experience, you know, if you do it once in a blue moon, yeah, it's well worth it. Would I travel business class again? Well, with the current climate and the prices and all that, probably not, because it's really expensive, even though I did thoroughly enjoy it. Especially if there's a long layover, I wouldn't go business class. Layovers, yeah, I didn't realise how brutal those layovers can be. So, well, maybe next time I'll fly premium economy or something, because I do need a bit of extra leg room. Okay, I'm a very tall boy, so that's why I fly premium economy, and it's still like way cheaper than business class. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the video. What more can I say? I've done it. I've done the video, and now it's going to go on the internet. I'm really tired. I'm so tired. Let me know what you think though in the comment section. One last thing. How can I afford such a luxury? Well, basically, luckily for me, obviously, don't know if you know this, my situation, but I have a wonderful, loving partner in Thailand who I've been with for coming up for 2 years actually, well, a year and a half. And that means that I didn't have any, or not many costs in Thailand because accommodation, or staying with the one and only, my better half, Downey, that's her name, and also travel costs. We've got a car, she's got a car, so just drive the car and just put fuel in it, and fuel's really cheap out there. So yeah, didn't really spend a lot of money in Thailand, so I thought, oh well, I'll offset the costs of like a hotel for 3 weeks, get business class. So that was my thinking behind it, and it all worked out well in the end, did it not? There you go. I hope this video is not a load of rubbish, because I've spent ages doing it, so I hope it turned out good. Anyway, alright, I'm going to love you and leave you now. You're looking great, I've missed you, and I'm looking forward to making another video back in France. Whee! See you in the next one, which is going to come out at some point tomorrow. Bye for now. Mwah.